YouTube, welcome back to Greg Plays Games. Today I have my slightly late tier list of all the games I played in 2023. These are not games exclusively released in 2023, just all of the games I played. That being said, a majority of them were released this year with some other games that I had left from my backlog. So let's jump right out. The very first game I played this year was Hogwarts Legacy. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so to be able to explore Hogwarts was incredible. I do think that I did not care for the story. It wasn't really relevant to me. I thought it was, very serviceable. I do wish that there were more student elements to the game. I don't really feel like you did a lot in the school, like in the sense where you felt like a real student. You were just kind of thrown in there late, and you had a few mini games here and there. I really wish that they had more going on to do as a student in the grounds of Hogwarts. And then as you kind of get further into the game and get further away from Hogwarts, things really kind of just show how generic open worlds aspects of it really were. So it was really fun to explore Hogwarts. I really hope for the second one they kind of hone in on, what was actually good about the game, which was the school and that immediate area surrounding it. I thought it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. I played it a ton. I'm still trying to get the platinum trophy. You have to play 4 playthroughs as each of the houses up to a certain point, so I'm still working on that. But it was a great way to start the year. Had a lot of fun. And then another game, this is not a 2023 game, but Splatoon 2. This is a game I kind of end up playing around the summertime just because it's just a fun little summer game to play. B tier, I would say. Very fun, online, single player. I haven't really played it, so I won't speak on that. Next up is Metroid Prime Remastered. I know that this is a really fun game for a lot of people. I'm putting it in D tier. It was the first Metroid Prime game. Well, it was the first one released, but it's the first time I'd ever played it. So I never played it on GameCube. I didn't really have any nostalgia for it. I just didn't really love it. I mean, maybe I need to go back and replay it. I played all the way through. I think I 100% beat the game too. I think I did every possible thing you could in the game, and I don't know. It just wasn't really my thing. I didn't love it in the 3D space. The first Metroid I'd played was Metroid Dread. So that's going to lead me to my next rank, which is Metroid Fusion, which I played immediately after Metroid Prime, and it was so much more my speed. I thought this was an amazing game. It was really short, so I wish it was a little longer, but it was an old Game Boy game. I'm going to put that in the first spot in A tier for the time being. The next game I played on the year was Jedi Survivor. I'm going to put this one ahead of Splatoon in B tier. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, which is, the main reason I was getting into this game anyways, is because I played Fallen Order. Me personally, there's certain things about this game that I just really irritate me for some reason. The way Cal runs in player movement in the game is it really detracts me. I have no idea why. It's a very specific thing, but overall, pretty decent Star Wars stories, I guess. Better than some of the movies and shows that have come out. So if you're a Star Wars fan, I think you're probably already playing this, and if not, you can probably skip this one, in my opinion. Even though it's, I think, a really good game, I just don't know why you would be playing it if you're not a Star Wars fan. And then, of course, next that was released in May, I want to say, was Tears of the Kingdom. This is going all the way in S tier. I absolutely gorged on this game when it released. I actually played Jedi Survivor kind of speedily just because I wanted to beat the story in time to play Tears of the Kingdom. So I did rush through Jedi Survivor, which may have impacted my experience on it. But once I was done with Tears of the Kingdom, I kind of hit a lull in gaming because there was just really not much coming out around it for obvious reasons. So I spent a lot of time playing my sports video games, so now would be a good time to rank my Madden 2K and MLB The Show. Out of these, they're all going to be in D tier because I really am not a fan of just how insistent they are on making in-game purchases with microtransactions, specifically NBA 2K. So I kind of have these ranked in order of least grimy to most grimy. MLB The Show, I think, does the best job of giving you in-game rewards, so you don't have to make those purchases. Madden can be pretty pay to win at times, especially with the Ultimate Team game modes, which is predominantly what I play. So I'm a sucker. I'm doing it to myself. But I do think that MLB The Show is the best about giving you the most value if you do end up doing that. I do not recommend purchasing in-game, even though I have definitely fallen victim to it. Next up is Pikmin 4. This one I'm going to put ahead of Splatoon, but a little below Jedi Fallen Order. This game is super fun if you like being stressed out in organization. Like, the game is purely time management and resource management. It is fun, but it's just not my favorite kind of game to play. I do like the Pikmin, so I ended up kind of waiting to pick this one up a little bit longer, but I did definitely enjoy it, and it is my favorite out of the ones I've played. I've only played Pikmin 3. I definitely like Pikmin 4 more, and definitely want to try the first two at some point. Next up is Old Man's Journey. This is probably my least favorite game that I played this year. I'm actually going to move Metroid up to C after seeing it with all these games. Old Man's Journey was a game that I bought a really long time ago and never got around to playing it. It's very short, and it's basically a cell phone game ported to Nintendo Switch. Like, the controls to me really reflect like a story game on your cell phone, like a storybook style game, almost like a point and click. The story didn't really move me in the way that I think the creators were wanting to, but then again, I don't really know what I was expecting, so I think my expectations were just in a different place. I thought it was going to be kind of like a platformer perhaps, and it was not that at all. This next game, I kind of have to be a little careful with how I rank it, because I actually only played the demo and haven't gotten around to playing the actual game yet. But just based on what I played in the demo and this style of game, like this rogue-like style game, I get absolutely sucked into them. Cult of the Lamb, I played a ton. I actually don't even have it on this list. It was on one of my lists the previous year, and it was, I think, my game of the year that it released. But Dave the Diver, definitely a game that I could see being bumped up higher, but because I only played the demo, I'm going to leave it as the top ranked B tier game, and I'm just kind of waiting for it to go on sale on Nintendo Switch. Next up is F-Zero 99. I actually had a lot of fun with this one. I only played it for a short period, so I'm going to kind of put it right around there with Splatoon. I think, B is when I had fun, but maybe didn't spend extended periods of time. C was just something that I played, I guess. Next up, we have Starfield. This one is really hard to rank. Because there are certain things I really enjoy about it, and then certain things I really hated. But I think when I think about the core gameplay and the amount of enjoyment I had just from the story, I do think I enjoyed it more than Pikmin 4 and Survivor. I honestly hope that they make adjustments over time and really kind of clean up all the loading screen issues. I mean, obviously seamless space travel would have been incredible. We didn't get that. Instead, it was a lot of menu fast traveling and inventory management, which is something I talked about in my review. I don't understand who wants to deal with that. It's just stressful, and it ruins a lot of the fun of the game. But overall, I really did enjoy Starfield, so I'm still going to leave it in a B tier. I definitely enjoyed it more than Jedi Survivor, just because I could go and do whatever I wanted in the game, and that's kind of what I like the most. So next up, we have Spider-Man 2. I'm honestly... if you had asked me immediately after playing Spider-Man 2, I probably would have put it as my game of the year, just because I'm a big Spider-Man fan, especially of the first Spider-Man on PlayStation 4. I just thought it was the perfect video game. I actually like collectathon type things, like in Mario, collecting all the coins and the stars. I enjoy that. So I like that in the first one. I like that in the second one. I feel like the second one kind of tightened it up a little bit, where there weren't as many collectibles. I really like that you can switch back and forth between the two Spider-Men. I like the symbiote stuff. I like all the new combos you can do. I like how they kind of took it away from that Ratchet and Clank gadget using to actually being more combat oriented, as well as kind of straying away from stealth. I definitely didn't even realize the lack of stealth until I heard someone else mention it in an interview, and I was like, huh. Yeah, there actually was a lot less stealth in Spider-Man 2 versus Spider-Man 1. Especially, I've gone back and started replaying Spider-Man 1, and there's a lot more stealth. It's a lot more slower pace at times, and this just feels like a very high-octane, big-budget, like true superhero-style video game. I really loved it. It would have been my game of the year, but I just played so much Zelda, and it was just like mind-blowing in different ways than Spider-Man 2 was. I don't think Spider-Man 2 really innovated in any way. It just was a perfect game for what it was trying to achieve, which I think is very admirable nonetheless, and it was almost my game of the year. So next up we have Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm going to put this a little below Hogwarts Legacy just because I'm just not a fan of the combat in this game, which might be a reason why people do love it. I never played this game back in the day, so I wanted to experience the story, and I thought it was a very intriguing story. I think it was a very long game, so I would probably just in the future read a synopsis. I don't know if I'm gonna pick up the new game that's coming out in 2024. I might just kind of see what happens with it. So next on the list is probably my next kind of eyeball raiser. It's Mario Wonder. The truth is I never really played any 2D Mario games. I thought the art style was really cool, and I was pretty excited to give it a go, so that's why I picked it up. Ultimately, it just wasn't really for me. I don't know that I'll probably go out of my way to pick up 2D Marios in the future. I thought it was fun. I thought it was challenging at times. My hands got so sweaty at different points, but at the end of the day, when it comes to Mario, I'm definitely team 3D, and I definitely regret buying this at full 60, but it'll probably be full 60 for the foreseeable future. So next we kind of have my end of the year games. I had tried to play a few other games that I just couldn't get into. Like I tried to finish Death Stranding. These are games that I'm currently playing. I haven't finished them even though it's already 2024, but I did want to mention them just because I was kind of hopping back and forth between these that whole last month of December, and I just haven't finished them yet. So the next one's going to be Fortnite, and I'm ranking this purely on fun factor as well as getting to play with friends. And I'm going to put it at the top of the B tier. I think it's a lot of fun. You can get online with some buddies or even just solo. They have a ton of game modes. It's really cool. I don't care. I had a lot of fun playing it, so I'll put it there. Baldur's Gate 3, I know this would be Game of the Year, or it did win Game of the Year. I haven't beat it yet. I've had a lot of fun playing it. I've probably put in about 15 hours or so, and it is really cool, but since I haven't beat it yet, I'm gonna hold off on putting it above Spider-Man 2 or Zelda, but I definitely recognize what's going on, and it's like the first true RPG I feel like I've ever played, so I'm definitely enjoying myself. And the last one on the list is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Truthfully, I've had a ton of fun playing this. It's the remaster that a lot of people were hating on, and I've had a ton of fun. It seems like most of the issues are ironed out, but it's just a Grand Theft Auto. You get in there, you shoot people, you do some missions, you eat some cheeseburgers and some chicken, you hear some crazy off the cuff NPC comments. I haven't even gotten into the cheat codes yet because I thought I was going to try and platinum trophy this game. I don't think I have that in me, so this is the last game I kind of have on my list for the year. I've still not beat Andreas, but I've had a ton of fun, and I've played enough Grand Theft Autos to know that it will only continue to be fun, especially when I beat the main story and start, entering cheat codes. So my game of the year was definitely Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I probably sank 100 hours in the matter of like a week, it felt like. So this is honestly a great year for video games. I feel like there's so many games I didn't even get a chance to play. I have so many games in my backlog that I still need to get to, like Hollow Knight. I really tried to do Death Stranding one more time, but I just couldn't do it. Let me know what your favorite game of the year was. Mine was Tears of the Kingdom, and thank you for checking out this video. Peace out.